Junkovac is here with another edition of My Take. You know, Kelly and I are still decompressing from Chicago shenanigans a couple weekends ago, but we wanted to be able to share with you some of the excellent prototypes that Stamp shared with us that were on display at the show. So we're going to show you two 1/18th prototypes here. They're soon to be released. It's a 1962 Cadillac DeVille and a 1978 Cadillac El Dorado. Let's get to it. The first model we have here is a 1962 Sedan de Ville. You know, the DeVille nameplate's been in the Cadillac lineup since 1949, so it's been a mainstay. Most recently, it's been called the DTS. But back in 1962, it was state of the art. I'll tell you, you know, the 1961 Cadillac was kind of trend-setting, but it still, to my eyes, had one foot in the 50s and one foot in the 60s. The 62 model set the stage for the design language. It would go through the 60s and into the 70s. This is the model that Stamp has zeroed in on. It's going to be available in Heather Metallic, San Remo Turquoise Metallic, and Newport Blue Metallic, all in 1/18th scale. They're all magnificent. I've got the blue one here. Let's take a close look at it. The first thing that jumps out at you about both of these models is the finish. It is absolutely stunning. The colors are factory correct. The metallic finish is absolutely beautiful, stunning, glowing. They've done a beautiful job on the finish, in particular with the colors that they're showing here. A lot of the details are, as far as I'm concerned, are just outstanding and might be state of the art. Let's take a closer look at it. Stamp has captured the lines and proportions of the model very accurately. The trim is to scale, it's beautiful, it's bright, it's got dimension to it. Let's take a look at these wheels. The 61 and 62 models had their very distinctive wheels with the body colored inserts in them. I haven't counted the veins here, but I'll tell you something, these are just beautifully rendered wheels with the right size white walls as well. And hold on to your horses, take a look at this interior. They've done a really fantastic job on that. All the instruments are legible. You pick out the radio, the vents on the dash, the glove box and everything. The seats, the door panels are all replicated beautifully. They're just as good as the 1/1. Go around to the front of the car and take a look at that grille. The lenses, the detail on the grille, the badging, the plating, everything is super accurate. And the same thing's true when you go around to the back of the car. You can see the strakes just below the trunk lid, the taillights with unique fins, all of the little trim. It's a fine detail on the small things, the little frames and the badging and all that really make this model come alive. Let's move on to the 1978 Eldorado. The Eldorado was introduced as a show car in 1952 and became a production item in 1953. Stayed in the lineup for 50 years. Always been at the top of the line for Cadillac. Always been spectacular. I think they were spectacular all the way through the end of production. A lot of people would like to see it come back. Let me know what you think about that. Stamp's new 1/18th Eldorado is going to come in Rugoso Saddle Metallic, in Cotillion White, and in Mediterranean Blue Metallic. I've got the Mediterranean Blue Metallic here. Let's take a close look at it. Well, here we are. Once again, the star of the show is the finish. This thing just glows. It pops. Use whatever superlative you want to on it. The finish is just beautiful. It is glossy, it is deep, it is even, and it is factory correct. And the details are there too as well. And the first thing you see is those wheel covers. Let's take a close look at them. Beautifully done. Look at the badging on there. You can pick the colors out. Just a tremendous dimensionality, the right size white walls. You know, these little details can make or break a model, and Stamp has just captured it beautifully. In the interior, the dash is beautifully replicated. There's a lot of texture in there as well. The door panels, just little works of art. You feel like you're sitting in the car. You can grab that handle and slam it. You go around in the front of the car, and again, there's a lot of detail, a lot of perfect replication here. You know, this was the last model for the big land yacht models, and that broad front end, anything but aerodynamic, but Stamp has captured it perfectly. Same deal around the back of the car, absolutely perfectly replicated. Great badging, a lot of detail back there. That trunk is huge. It was one of the hallmarks of Eldorados for that era. I think Stamp's done a fantastic job on the model. So there they are. That's Stamp's newest offerings in 1/18th scale. Bear in mind, these are prototypes, so they've let us see these ahead of time, and they would await your comments. If you have something you'd like to suggest to them, colors, trim, if you see something that needs correction, let us know. They respond to these things pretty well. But I got to tell you something, Stamp, GLM, they're at the top of their game. They're producing some of the finest resin models that I've seen in a long time. And you know, if you're interested in one of these, they're doing pre-orders right now. Going to be somewhere right around $300 or so plus shipping. What you need to do is get in contact with your favorite dealer and make sure you get your name on one. The 1/18ths go quickly, so don't dally. If you want one, let them know ahead of time so that you can get in the queue and make sure you don't miss out on something really great. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give me a like down there in the right hand corner. We'd love to have you as a subscriber. I've got more Stamp prototypes coming.